Hi, I'm Rich Breckner from Inside HPC, and I'm here with Peter Brahm. We're at the LUG 2011 conference. Peter, you are one of the inventors of the Lustra file system. What do you think about today's developments?
Really very pleased that this finally happened. I also want to say that it's, I think, very typical of these communities to take quite a while to stabilize, and maybe the rocky times that we've just left behind are actually a very good foundation now to move forward on. And so I very much look forward to participating in this and seeing Lustre continued adoption everywhere flourish in the coming years.
One of the users today described this as the best possible of outcomes. Do you agree?
I agree by 100%. I think if we would have thought about such an outcome, which we saw today a couple of weeks ago, we would have said no way. So everybody was really working on that joint success. All three platforms were coming together. We are seeing the one community and Lustre family, and we all wanted to give that trust and that confidence back to the developers, to the vendors, to the customers. I think this was a clear sign appreciated by the community, and everybody was waiting for that. So I'm very happy today.
So were you expecting this outcome, Bjarne?
So look, everybody involved in this process is a good person, has good intentions. People had points of view about how things should develop, but in the end, everyone has the same goal for a viable Lustre to serve this community. Everyone depends on it. We've got to have it. So it was pretty clear to me that eventually this would happen. There were some details to work out, and I think we took care of that last night. So I'm really pleased, and congratulations to Bill and Galen and Hugo and everyone. I think everybody did a marvelous job.
So what are next steps from your stake? What do you think?
Well, we have some goals that have been outlined in the slides that have been presented. We need to pursue that. I'd like to get that done as quickly as possible. I'd like to get this nailed down and move forward. The model that we have is to try to have enough resources to actually affect the future development of Lustre. And so we're especially pleased that Xyratex is going to come in with their funding to help us do that. And perhaps more importantly, we want people's brains and ideas to help us manage this process, because all of the community needs to be involved in formulating future plans for Lustre and helping us guide this and make sure that our funds are spent correctly in the support and development of Lustre. So we're especially pleased to have more members helping us do that.
Well, that's terrific. And I guess that was one of the big questions, is who's going to pay the cost to develop Lustre as you move to exascale?
I would say that we don't have the exascale costs and development process nailed down. But I would encourage everyone in the Lustre community. I mean, people who are dependent on this, there are costs to be paid that were previously paid by other organizations, and the community itself is going to have to step up some way to help with that. So we invite everybody to come join us. We need your money, and we need your brains. We need your good ideas to help us make sure this is done correctly. So we want to invite everyone to participate.
Going into this, did you think this was going to come together?
I did have some questions as to the timing. I thought that we both agreed in principle on where this needed to go, that there needed to be a critical mass of resources, both in terms of funding, both in terms of talent within these organizations, and we needed to focus it in a single direction. And I think we've done that through this process. I couldn't be more excited.
So one comment that one of the users did yesterday at the community discussion was very telling, I thought. They said, we either come together as one or we're dead. And it seemed like you guys really heard that.
Yeah, I think it's quite telling when you look at, we have 60 organizations represented here at LUG this year. 60 organizations is quite a small community, right? There's more users of Lustre out there, but in terms of those that are showing up, participating, that are driving forces within the Lustre community, it's a small number of individuals. We need to grow that, but at this critical time, we need to bring together that community into one into one global community to work together to enhance Lustre, to make sure it meets our requirements moving forward, and that it's a stable platform for all the members.
Well, we gathered members from people who felt that the model that we were putting forward suited their needs better, and there's quite a few of them now. And at the same time, it became very clear that our members needed to feel that there was one community, and then we needed to pull that together with OpenSFS, and that's what we've done here.
Terrific. So, if you would have had a crystal ball, would you have foreseen this conclusion to how things came out?
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
I came here determined to do this, and I think Galen and others in OpenSFS knew that, right? And it was very clear last night that we all wanted the same outcome. And so the 2 hours that you mentioned and wondering what it was like in that room,
Yeah.
it was very good. It was very good discussions, very collaborative and cooperative. And I personally really appreciated the flexibility on the part of OpenSFS to be willing to look at some of the things that were issues for HPCFS members and address them. No, Rich, but other than to say I think you're doing a really good job. You take great movies.
Yeah. I watch a lot of TV.
and it's always fun.
Yeah.
But there's just one thing that's disappointed me about being with you last week and this week.
Yes.
You don't have a bright red hat on.
I don't have my red hat, so I will work on that in the future. How's that? Okay. That's it from Inside HPC at LUG 2011.